So then I was in here crying because my friend Vincent, his dad is a chef and he does like meal prepping and things like that for a client. And Vincent texted me today and was like, mind you, they live in Georgia. Dad is gonna do a bunch of meal prep for you and mom so that you don't have to, worry about cooking or anything because her surgery is next week.
Hmm.
What's your storage situation like? And I was like, I'm just really sick and like this is making me cry. He was like, please, beg,
No, literally.
please. So yeah, those are my only reactions to everything the last couple of days is to cry. I just cry.
Yes, you need to lay down, cry, and rest. And surgery's next week or the week after.
Next week. So Tuesday, the 18th, we got
Tuesday,
five
Tuesday.
days.
Okay, cool. I'll mark it on my
5 days.
calendar. Whew.
And just about everything is done. We did order a new couch. The boxes are sitting in the living room. So I hopefully
Mm,
tomorrow I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm gonna rearrange the living room and all that stuff.
okay.
They're fixing my camera for free. Uh,
Things are
and
coming
I
together.
okay.
Hmm.
I went in the kitchen and I was like, I've made an executive decision for our family. And she goes, what are you talking about? I said, they emailed me and let me know that they will be fixing my camera for free. And she's like, oh, great. Like that works out. And I was like, since you don't use your camera ever, I'll just be able to get B-roll in different angles and things now. And she was like, you gonna give me my damn camera back? And I was like, why? You don't use it.
She doesn't use it. She just wants to say she has it at this point.
And she was like, I am gonna get my YouTube channel back and running. Yeah, sure you are, girl. Sure you are. Sure you are, friend. So
Crying
I'll give my mother her camera back. Um,
at
but I
some
just thought
point.
that was funny. Eventually, because she's not even gonna remember.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, guys, this is Shelby,
And this is Jess.
and welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. I found this very giant mug in the house while we've been cleaning, and it is now my favorite. It is literally the size of my head, and
Is
it
that
is my
from
favorite.
Marshalls? Because know the letters very well.
It could be. I think somebody
Yeah.
put like a little gift situation together for us, and that's how we got it because
Mm.
we aren't necessarily Marshall's shoppers, so to say. Like
Oh, okay.
we don't it's not a store that we like
Oh.
purposely think like, oh, we're gonna get up and go to Marshall's. Like that's never been a
Oh,
you
that's
know
my
what?
story.
Target was our jam. So like
Mm,
if we needed
mhm,
something or, oh, we need new rugs or we need towels or whatever, we would get up and go to Target.
mhm.
Nothing against Marshalls. It just was never, and I feel
In the
like we didn't
rotation.
have one like super close um until recently. So we don't, it's not
Oh,
a I probably will start
yeah.
now, especially because Sarah said Home Goods had those books. I need to go in there to try and find them tomorrow.
I need to go because the closest Home Goods, actually they're both the same distance if you think about it. It's probably like
Okay.
30-20 minutes away. So I had to take like a little journey, like a little 30 minutes in California is a long time.
I was gonna say California
Yeah.
time and like Southern time seem to be very similar
Yeah. Well,
because I feel like going 20 minutes in the South is like,
it depends where in the South. I feel
well,
like,
yeah, because I feel
yeah,
like Florida is a little bit more cityfied.
it's so South Florida, and to an extent, it really depends where you are. Now, if you're like central or northern Florida, and even the west side of Florida, then yes, it can be. Things take just a longer amount of time to get anywhere. Like, yeah, like it's a country mile in certain parts, but
Yeah.
like. where I'm at, 5 minutes would be 5 minutes. 10 minutes would be
Okay.
10 minutes. Until you go to like Fort Lauderdale, Miami, it's a whole different story. Whole
Okay.
different ball game. So it really depends, but like here, yeah, things are just doubled. Anything, it's just like, what's the point? Sometimes it could be shorter or it doesn't feel that long if there's not that much traffic. Like, I'm looking forward to when Thanksgiving happens because I can get anywhere in the city in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, everybody gonna be gone.
Like, or when I come back from around before New Year's, a breeze. I got to my friend's spot for Thanksgiving last year. She lives in downtown. That drive would have been normally 20, 25 minutes, which it shouldn't be that long. It's a good 10 minutes to get there.
That's how I be feeling like different times of the day to get to the city. So like if
Mm-hmm.
so last week when we went to SIBO's event, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gallery that it was in is literally like right outside of
Mm-hmm.
Holland Tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Holland Tunnel is maybe 20 minutes from my house. So like if there's no traffic, it's a 30-minute drive to get into the city, make
Mm-hmm.
a couple turns and like or no, that's Lincoln Tunnel. But when you're leaving, Holland Tunnel is right there. So same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um it took us an hour to get there. Coming home, literally it took 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I may
Yeah.
or may not have been speeding. That's nobody's business. But I was tired. I
Yeah.
had like one eye open. My head was hurting.
No.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I need to get home now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, though that's how it is here too. Like even at, I always say if you want to get stuff done, you go early in the morning because ain't nobody out. If you want to get, I can get to the beach from here now. Technically, it's like about an hour, but I can get to the beach if I go early in the morning in 30 minutes or less. Get to Malibu 30 minutes or less. Versus if I
wow.
wait till the middle of the day, it's gonna be an hour and a half.
Right.
It's just it's weird.
It's
But
like
that's what
fucking insane.
yeah, it's the thing that you when you move to big cities, this is what comes with the territory.
But I also realized that I want to learn more, like make an effort to understand like street mapping
Mm,
and
mm.
like how they design traffic and all of that other stuff because in my
Oh
mind
yeah.
there's no necessary rhyme or reason to it, but I learned that you have to
Hmm.
have like degrees to do that shit. So
Yeah, yeah. My friend, he's a civil engineer, and he would talk about like all that stuff. I'd be like, wow, this is a lot of information. I just don't understand it. And it's just like it comes with building highways and
right. So
it's
like
just such a
the
whole
one
thing.
thing the thing that got me really curious is street lights because I saw
Hmm.
somewhere where they were like signage, there can only be a certain amount of signage in like a certain radius or
Hmm.
whatever. Excuse me, and I believe the same goes for street lights. But there are some like here, there are some streets that definitely need like a street light, like a stop sign is not doing it
Oh
enough.
yeah,
Like so I'm like,
yeah.
how do we decide where a stop sign goes? Or like they put
Don't die on us, friend. You okay?
uh, yes, okay. Um
Okay.
uh, my body's like
Time clock. Let's wrap this up. Mm-hmm.
wrap it up, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
There's a street by me where it's like a pretty like it's not even really by me. I just am over in that part of Montclair a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like it's like kind of like a downtown area. It's not the official downtown of Montclair, but there's like that part of the city is like there are a bunch of shops and things like that. So that
Mm-hmm.
intersection, it's weird. There's a train station here. There's a
Mm-hmm.
side street here that's fairly
Mm-hmm.
busy. And then this street, like there's the train underpass or whatever, like all of this is busy too.
Mm-hmm.
Across the street, like coming in this direction, is a small little park. But then
Mm-hmm.
behind that is like the local bookstore. these other, like
Oh,
a nail salon, a restaurant, like all this other stuff behind there. So people are coming and going through all of these places or whatever. They finally put a stop sign there. When I tell you
hmm.
it has changed
The
everything for the
flow.
better, like I'm like, what took so long to make that decision?
You want to hear something even more crazier? I discovered this like a year ago. There is a six-way stop, stop, not a four-way, it's a six-way in Beverly Hills. And one of the most over is like one of the most busy parts of it because people are crossing different areas. So when I don't think I was driving, my friend was driving, and we approached it. I said, "Girl, what is this? What?" It literally stops. Like I was scared. I didn't know who knew who was going where and what, but it's six ways. And it's like this. It's like, yes. The next time I come across it, I'm gonna take a picture of it for you. It
Please
has
do,
no business.
because
There's no business for it to be there because it is a busy area. And I think, another big thing is like I was watching like this clip on TikTok about one of the busy highways. I think it's the 101. One of them has been here for like umpteen years when
oh,
like little like horses and carriages was running on it and stuff.
no
They
thank
didn't
you.
even update that highway at all. The city
Please.
don't know it's a big city. Who gonna let LA know they're a big city?
Right. Who gonna let LA know that? Like, we have expanded, should
Like
we have expanded.
six
People move here because we popular. Like, you need to
elevate. No, you are popular.
right,
No.
you need to act like you need something, because
Yeah.
that's a
Next time
lot.
I'm gonna come across it, I'm gonna show you. Cause like that part of the highway that they were talking about, if
Uh,
you don't push your car at least 60 miles per hour when you're
or you
getting
gonna
on the
get
highway,
ran over.
you're
Somebody
dying.
was online talking about how everybody in New Jersey speeds. And she was like, I was in the slow lane and I had to go like 70 just to keep up, and that's not slow. And I was like, yeah, bitch, move out the.
You gotta move. Y'all gotta
But we
move,
have
man.
those like electric signs on the highway that
Mm,
legitimately say, like, if you're not gonna drive fast, baby, get in the right lane. Like, literally, New Jersey is a largely aggressive state. And it's because we're
yeah,
small. It's because we're a small state and we need you to know not
you
to fuck
are.
with us.
Yeah.
But literally, there are highway signs that are like, if you're gonna drive slow, get in the right lane. And even if you think slow is the speed limit, you still got to speed that up.
Yeah. I mean, you guys bring your aggressiveness to Florida. You guys gotta fly back up north. It's really a lot going on. Them snowbirds, they do a lot down there.
Oh yeah, they worse. They way worse.
It's
At
so
least I'm
bad.
young. I'm supposed to drive fast.
They,
I'm young. I got
I
places to be and things to do. I don't know where they're rushing to,
yeah, I don't know.
but
To the
no,
country club or something. Who
nobody in
knows?
the state of New Jersey drives slow. If you get on the
Crazy.
New Jersey Turnpike thinking that you just gonna do 60 the whole way, baby, you might as well take the back roads to get to wherever it is you get.
Mm, mm,
80 miles per hour at a minimum.
crazy.
And it's funny because one time, my ex-boyfriend lived down near like Rutgers. So
Hmm.
that's like 45 minutes away from me.
Hmm.
It was late one night. I had picked up some Popeyes. I mean, chicken bone in my mouth. I got fucking Beyonce blasting.
Oh yeah, you was out of there.
I mean flying. Do you hear
Clean
me?
out of there.
Like
Hmm.
flying. All of a sudden I see lights behind me. He come. I ain't turned my music down, nothing. Chicken bone in my mouth. I was like, what happened? And he felt that when I tell you that state trooper fell out laughing, he was like, where are you going? And I was like, to my
Oh.
boyfriend's house. And he
Hmm.
was like, you know what? Get there safe. Go ahead. Just get out of my face, girl.
You just avoided a ticket.
I mean
Oh
having a
man.
time, okay? I was driving. Two
Yeah,
wheels, okay? You I'm surprised he
that's
caught up with me. I
crazy.
said, you might need to be my driving buddy. We was coasting,
L-
okay?
No,
Flying.
literally flying. No, last story about driving fast. When I was looking at not the University of Georgia, Georgia State, and I had a friend, like his parents lived in Georgia, and he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you on the trip and whatnot, and then I'll just take my car up there and then bring it down." He was a childhood friend, so it was no big deal because I would stay with his parents, and I guess he would take his dad would drive us back down because he was going to come with
Okay.
us. So we're driving up perfectly fine. Coming back, his dad was like doing 100. And if you know, like for Florida, Georgia people, when you get to Valdosta, that border between Valdosta and Tallahassee, the Florida Georgia line, them state troopers don't play, especially Georgia State troopers. My guy was going 100, like straight. And I was like, and we was like the drive to Florida to from all the way from Georgia all the way to the tippy bottom of Florida, which is where I'm at, is a smooth like 10, 11 hour drive. Yeah, 10,
Ooh.
11 hour drive. We was gonna get there in 6 hours the way he was
Listen, that's my
moving.
kind that's my kind of driving.
And he
Okay.
got the state trooper stopped him and he was like, "Hey, Mr. Felix, you know you're going like 100 miles per hour. I'm gonna give you this." His ticket
That's
was
one of them ones
eight
when you
hundred
get pulled over
dollars.
and you just hand your license, your registration stuff out the window. Here you go. Here it
Yeah,
go. Cause I ain't
them
even about to
boys
tussle
was
with you.
them boys in Georgia will not play with you. Them state troopers in Georgia, they do not play. To
Yeah,
that.
my one ex-boyfriend was like, "Why do you drive like a drug dealer?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, lean back one arm. I drive like a nigga. Do you hear me?
Do you
Like,
back into your spots?
yes, all the time.
Oh
All the
my God.
time. I am an adult man. Okay. But my grandfather told me that he was like, for safety purposes, pull back in. He was like, so that some
Nobody
shit pop off, you could just pull out. It was
nobody
one
taught me
time
to back in.
I backed into this real tight spot. It was this older white man
Hmm.
watching me. He was like, "You did that." I was like, "I know, right? I know. I be driving this bitch, don't I?" Mm-hmm.
Crazy. No, that's hilarious. Shout out to you because I don't back nothing in.
Listen, friend, I sure do. I be music blasting, everything be whipping that shit. I drive like somebody's uncle. And most of the time I be listening to like Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Whispers and shit. So I be blasting that like it's
Mhm.
trap music, backing into a spot. They be looking for
I'm
somebody's auntie or papa. They be looking for
crying.
somebody in some overalls and some boots
Hmm.
to hop out of my truck. Because who is this in this music
No,
driving like
that's
this?
crazy. That's hilarious.
Yes.
Well, friends, this week is a short episode, and we're
Yes.
going to be talking about our good brother Kevin Fredericks, aka Kev on Stage's book, Successful Failure. Um,
And we're going to announce January's
oh
book
yeah.
pick as well for you guys. Um and yeah, this will be our last episode of the year before we go on break.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So just
So
follow us.
I'm saying on the socials, have a happy uh Thanksgiving, Christmas, Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa. Uh,
Hanukkah,
mm-hmm. New
Boxing Day,
Year. Happy
New
New Year too.
Year, all of
Mm-hmm.
that. How
What
whatever it is
else?
you celebrate, don't celebrate anything that we are missing.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Because Jess and I will be somewhere underneath a bed. What I say for the
When I tell you we're gonna be well rested when we come back.
I
Mm.
mean bright eyed bushy tail, okay? Because rest doesn't even describe what is about to take place.
We're going into hibernation, bro.
I
It's
like a
literally
bear.
bear,
Okay.
literally. Wait,
Like,
speaking of bear, this is the last story. For, for anybody that is going into any bear country, I just saw a TikTok, bro, of this lady leaving her door unlocked in Lake Tahoe, and the bear got inside and destroyed their car. When I say destroy, the roof of the car, like the lining, gone. Bear pee everywhere. Chairs out of, yes, it was
Oh, Winnie
crazy.
the Pooh would have had to see me. Come out here.
And then
What's
she
that
gets a
song?
picture.
If you ever see me in a fight with a grizzly bear, help the bear.
No, literally. She took a picture of the bear, maybe like 20 minutes later. He's in the tree living his best life after you destroyed my car.
This is why I want a BB gun with a scope on it, because I don't want to kill him. I just want to aggravate his ass. Why would you do that? What's wrong with you? What was in my car? If you would have knocked on the door and asked me, I know y'all be speaking at night. Y'all wait till all the humans go to sleep. Y'all be out there speaking. You could have knocked on my door and asked me.
How can I get them chips?
Okay,
Something like
you with your thumbs, you could have opened that door, got the chips, closed the door back, and went up in your tree.
I said, bro, that's crazy. Somebody said in the comments, I'm a resident of Lake Tahoe. I don't leave not even gum in my car. I said, gum? You can't even leave gum?
And
So,
as a person that notoriously, like, I leave all kinds of, I am that girl.
things. Yeah, man. Crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I had to let you guys know if you go on a bear trip to bear country or something, just know the bears are out doing their thing.
Baby, if you ever see me in the forest fighting a grizzly bear, help the
The
bear.
bear.
Because that would have been a news story. I, they would have forgot that the bear stole shit out my car.
Yeah,
Because the
man. It's
video would have been Black
crazy.
woman fights bear.
Just crazy. I couldn't believe my eyes. Um, okay. How did you feel
Successful
about
failure.
how did you feel about it?
We was about to ask each other the same question at the same
Yeah.
time. I absolutely loved it. So I knew that this was going to lean very like self-helpy,
Hmm.
just based off of the title, and I'm usually totally against self-help books.
Yeah.
So just a quick summary. Kevin on Stage is a comedian. He is a Christian comedian, which I absolutely love that he is like paving his own way. Not just him, there are a bunch of them that are like paving their own way in a notoriously raunchy field of work.
Hmm.
And in this book he talks about like his path on becoming a comedian, becoming an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
um and the little different things, ways that he's failed throughout his career. One, the audiobook is phenomenal. I love when the author
Hmm.
reads the audiobook, but it very much felt like watching his content. Like it felt like I was like sitting back with him and we were just yapping, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it was very good. It does remind me a bit of Cynthia Erivo's new book, which is
Mm.
Simply More.
Hmm.
So if you want something that's like
Similar.
similar, like self-helpy, but also just like a good like, oh, I'm just chatting with a friend type of vibe. That's what
Hmm.
came to mind for me. But I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I agreed as well. I think so. It felt like me listening to the podcast because I am a faithful watcher of Here's the Thing. I'm actually in the Kept on Stage universe if you think about it because I listen to his stuff, Melissa and Mel's podcast, Gin and Juice, and um what you gonna call it, Angel's podcast with her husband sometimes. So I'm in that world and stuff like that. I used to watch Tahir's podcast at one point as well. But I kind of fell off of that. But it just really felt like if you listen to the podcast, especially if you're on Patreon, a lot of the stories are kind of, some are not new and some are like new. Like some are like the stories that are there that exist that you already know of are more elaborated.
Okay.
Like his brother passing, what happened.
Okay.
He said stuff when it happened, of course, because he like kind of told, we're called stage crew, immediately when it happened.
Okay.
And then came back to work 2 weeks later and kind of said a little bit, but didn't divulge. And gradually over the last 2 years, he kind of divulged in
Mm,
private,
okay.
more about it. But I didn't know full, more and more details. This elaborated more on like what happened in terms of like what his brother was going through, like what kind of type of
Okay.
cancer or disease he had, right?
Okay.
Or like some of the failures with like he would tell us on the sly, like, hey, I made a mistake with Churchy type of situation, but he wouldn't tell us what it was.
Okay.
And when he elaborated on that, I was like, oh, that makes
So that's
sense. Stuff
I
like
think that
that.
was something that I was wondering because like I'm not
Hmm.
a diehard Kev fan,
Hmm.
but I follow his Instagram page. I think Mom is a part of the stage crew. Like one of my other like my one of my close friends, Brittany, like Britt is a part of the stage crew.
Hmm.
So like I get updates through that, but I'm not like a where like whereas I follow Beyonce, right? Like that's somebody
Hmm.
that I'm like a really big fan of, or like some of the book girlies that I'm like really on top of. I'm like a
Hmm.
casual fan of his. So I was wondering for someone like you,
Hmm.
did the book feel repetitive? Like, did it feel like, oh, well, I knew this stuff already, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, in some parts I knew some of the
Mm,
stuff, but I enjoyed how he told the story. I still give him credit for that because these are things like I would say he's one of the few creators that really makes you feel like you are family, like you know him for real, for real. Especially when it comes to Patreon, because there are certain things in the book that I didn't really know about. Like the app, I knew about the app situation because he would tell us like, "Hey, we did a funeral for the app. I didn't join the funeral, but he did a funeral for the app. He did a funeral for the app. I think it's so interesting because I've been watching similar to how I told you when I was watching like Joe Budden and all those people and discovery of all of the podcasts back in like 2016, 2015. I was working at school at FIU online, and I was doing instructional design, essentially what I was doing for the school while I was at school. And so I got this like little job at school working on people's courses, online courses, and I would just go
okay.
into a deep hole of all these different podcasts or shows or whatever on YouTube. And yeah, he definitely didn't talk about this. I was wondering if he would talk about him and Doughboy, who he had a podcast with, Righteous and Ratchet. And that was, yeah, lore. He had a podcast called Righteous and Ratchet
Okay.
before, this was around like 2015, 2016, and around 2017, no, actually, I lied. When Angel came on was 2020. Before that, that's when they fell out. Right before the pandemic, they fell out. And that's how
Okay.
here's the thing with Angel, because he
With
brought on,
Angel. Oh, okay.
because he was solo for a bit. He was solo for like 2 weeks, and he was like, this is not it, guys. This is not fun anymore. So he got Angel, and that's how he recruited Angel in 2020. And that's how that came to life because him and Doughboy fell out. Doughboy, I think he relapsed and there were some
Oh,
other
okay.
things that happened. I think they're okay on amicable terms, but yeah, that's so
Wow.
watching him from and before that, like, I used to think he was corny because it was Christian content and it was churchy content, and I wasn't a big fan of like a lot of the churchy type of content sometimes.
I can see that because I felt
Hmm.
like um I feel like there's only but so far that you can go with churchy
Hmm.
content, right? I think my favorite content that he does is the more casual of him like reacting to things and like,
Hmm.
those sort of things because he can add in his like churchy persona to that,
Hmm.
but it's not like
Overwhelming, yeah. Yeah.
excuse
That's
me.
how
Yeah,
Righteous
yeah.
and Ratchet was, literally. That's how it was. Because you have him that's like obviously righteous, and then Doughboy, like he comes from this background of like he used to rap, he was addicted to alcohol and all the things, and then they would talk about all the things. And then when I discovered it, I was like, oh, this is a totally different side to Kev that I never
Right.
knew existed. And
Right.
I thought, and I just enjoy like knowing like his background is similar in terms of like when it comes to church and how he deconstructed as well with his thoughts of things and how he views the church. Like when he was talking about tattoos and when he was
Yeah.
talking about drinking and stuff, like I was like, this is literally the same like thought process. But I would theological when he was talking about theological Thursdays, I remember that vividly because that was a mess.
Okay.
It was so bad because the person he's referring to is Candace Bimbo. That's who he invited on for Theological Thursdays.
Oh.
And I mean, she's
Okay.
not, yeah, that, it makes sense. And she wasn't like, some of the stuff she was saying was like, wasn't bad. It was like, okay, I understand what you're saying. I can receive it. But a lot of people, he has to remember at the time, his audience was still very, very churchy. Like now,
Mm,
his audience is a little more of a mixture of people.
okay.
But at that time, when he was doing Theological Thursdays,
Hmm.
was it her or he had Jackie Hill Perry on before that too? He did two
You know how I
episodes.
feel about that lesbian.
He did two episodes with Jackie Hill, he did one with Jackie Hill Perry first. That one had the Saints in a fit. That one was bad. And then the next one was Candace Bimbo. And after that, he ain't never did Theological Thursday. He
But you
said,
know
I'm
what?
never bringing it back.
I think that's what I like the most about the book. Like, as somebody
Hmm.
that is a content creator that has like when you take out the churchy aspect, right? Like that I
Hmm.
can't relate. I mean, I can relate to the churchy aspect, but not as
Yeah.
much, right?
Yeah.
But like the trajectory, like talking about working at banking and that feeling of like, I don't want to
Hmm.
work here because I know what I actually want to do. And this is just a means to, you know,
Get where
fund
I need to
me
go to.
getting to where I
Hmm.
did. Like I can relate to that so much because there were so many aspects of banking that I absolutely loved, but I knew that that wasn't my forever, you know? So it
Yeah.
was like there's so many things that I can relate to, but also just there's comfort in knowing that all of the things that I tried to do that don't necessarily make it the way that I want them to are actually a means to my success, right? Like they're
Hmm.
for a reason. I'm getting those ideas and failing, quote unquote, for a reason. And I think this is
Hmm.
something that people need to um read for that aspect because like he his
Yeah.
in the introduction he mentions like there are so many things where people are like, oh, you can do this overnight and you can blah 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 blah, and that's not necessarily
Hmm.
realistic for everybody. Maybe
Hmm.
it does happen like that for some people, right? And that's cool, but even in that there's still work. Like
Yeah.
there's still things that people have to overcome, and there's still like all of these
Hmm.
learning curves. So I thought I enjoyed hearing, even as you add in the lore and stuff like that, like I enjoy hearing that, and I think this book is I think
Hmm.
it's really really good.
It's really interesting to see the growth and from journeying with him when I was seeing him on Facebook to now is like really cool to see like even my mom loves him too. She'll watch the podcast, she'll do all the things as well, but I think it's just interesting to see that there is a lot of failure behind the scenes that people don't know about. And like
Right.
chasing your dreams will it won't cost you in like your heart, but it will cost you in different ways that you don't think about when chasing your dreams. Like when he was talking about the 15,000, the $30,000 and them credit card bills. My God.
And then
But
when he
he
said they
was,
were just paying the minimum,
yes. And it's just like, wow, this is such a disaster. But when you are in that mindset, like think about anything that you chased in life. Like I've put lenses on my credit card before.
hey, it is what it is.
I've done some things as well
Yeah,
to
no, it
chase
is
the
what it is.
dream. Yeah, but
Yeah.
in your mind, you're like, this is a brilliant idea. Like
And
this is gonna
And
do
don't
the
be wrong,
things.
like it works out as it
Mm-hmm.
should. And I think
Yeah.
that's the overall point. Like whether
Yeah.
you are a spiritual person, whether you are super religious or not, I think the overall point is it all works out.
Yeah.
It all works
Because,
out.
like, literally, we're seeing him really peak in the last 2 to 3 years. But all that hard work from, being in church all the way up to now paid off. And it paid off big, right? Staying true to who you are, staying true to like what you believe in and how you go about things. It pays off in the end. It sucks right now when it comes to like we're grinding out here and we're not seeing the payoff in some ways, or we're seeing little payoff and it's not like the
Right.
peak payoff that we're thinking about. But those little wins do help. Like when he's talking about all deaf and that pivots in LA. And all the little things that lead up to the moment where he is able to put people on. Like I see a lot of people
Mm.
applaud him for putting people on now. And I'm like, yeah, Kev's really been doing that for a long time. Like it's cool to see that people are recognizing like, oh, he's putting his friends on. He's putting
Right.
like even I don't know if you like still mess with like Jamila and Mecca and them like that. But he's helped them get into television a little bit. Like he's put them on, or he's
Okay.
put what was it? Poor Minds.
Yes. Uh-huh.
He's put them in
I've
his
seen
new
that too.
series, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like anybody he's cool with, he's
Sidebar.
like, mm-hmm.
Mecca did all that talking about them people's outfits, and I did see a clip of her on that Kev on stage, new whatever, and she looked the color of the wig and the dress that she had on. I said, what the tables always do is they turn.
I'm not a fan of that hair color.
But I'm
It's
like,
yeah.
yeah. My mama always taught me that you can be loud or wrong. The conjunction is important. Or you cannot be both.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Because she
like,
was talking shit like she was the fashion icon. And I'm like, baby, you shopping at fashion over like the rest of these bitches.
I'm crying because they dragged her for 40 days and 40 nights.
And
And
I
her
honestly feel
brother
like,
dragged her too. He said, and Mecca can't dress either. He was telling his mom because their mom was trying to figure out why is Mecca trending all over social media. And he was telling the story. He was like, and Mecca can't even dress anyways. It was
like they are fans of Mecca because she is smart, she is funny, and her ass is fat. It was never because Mama was a fashion icon. That
she
wasn't
was
on the
not a
list.
fashion
She is
icon.
a pretty girl. She's not
Yeah.
even ugly. She's a very pretty girl, but she's smart and she can reach a lot of different audiences because of her
Mm-hmm.
intelligence. We were never going to Mecca's page for style
Yeah.
advice. We were never doing that. And that is okay. Just like the girls may never come to me for fashion advice. Okay? They might come to ask me how to beat a face. They may come
Mm-hmm.
to me for book recommendations. They may come to me for advice on a nail, huh? But
Mm-hmm.
they might not come to me and say, Shelby, I need help putting an outfit together. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because that is not, I mean, I put that shit on now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I be
Yeah. Yeah.
outside, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not
It's not in your wheelhouse. Yeah, no,
the
totally.
girls are not coming to me for that. They might come ask me to define a couple of words. They might want me to put a good sentence together for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Might ask me about some music, but fashion is not on the list. And it's not on the list for Mecca either.
Yeah. That was a funny time, man. They was dragging her. But back to the original point. But yes, he
Mm-hmm.
puts people on regularly, like all the time. Like he rolls and he puts Angel, even Angel when she's out of work, they joke around. She's a mom of four. She need to feed these kids, but he be putting her onto things all the time. Like her talent is there. He asks her to do stuff. He pays her very well. He pays Josh very well. So I think like it all pays off in the long run. And when you do good by people, it always comes back tenfold, like every single time, all the time.
Absolutely.
Just be nice to
Absolutely.
people. Hmm.
Were
Yeah.
there any books that kind of came to mind, whether they are also nonfiction or fiction, like anything that came to mind while you were reading this?
Yeah, Elaine Welteroth's book kind of felt like that a little bit. It's a self-help
Whom?
book. Elaine Welteroth. She was Teen Vogue's editor-in-chief back in 2017. I'm gonna tell you the name of the book right now.
You see the face that I made. You know, I'm about to be up there with Dominique Morgan in a minute with these faces because
I'm crying. More than enough. I read that. How long ago did I read that? I think I read that 2018. Yeah.
okay.
2018, 2019, somewhere around there, whenever it came out. I read that was a good one. Issa Rae's book. Issa Rae's book was pretty good. Awkward, what is it? Issa Rae.
Awkward black girl.
Awkward Black Girl. Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. That was a good one. That reminds me of it a little bit. I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't read as much
Nicole.
self-help. Hmm?
Nicole. That's why I said whether it's fiction or nonfiction,
Yeah,
because it doesn't necessarily have to be.
in line with
I think
that.
people misconstrue book recommendations for like, oh, it has to match like
Yeah.
genre and theme, like to a T, and that's not true.
Yeah. Trying to think of some fiction books that would align that comes to the top of mind right now. I'm looking at my bookshelf, that's why.
The one that came to mind for me is Nicole Walters' book.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Um, a very good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
think
I'm
those
looking up
are
the name for y'all right now, y'all. I promise.
I feel like it's another more than enough type of situation, I'm not gonna lie.
Hold the line. That's my
Um,
friend too. Nothing is missing.
Nothing is missing. Yeah, that was a good one.
Um, oh,
Mm.
there's another one. Hold the line. She went through a lot in her life though. It was a little sad, but I got this one from do 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 do
I
do
think
do
Viola
do
Davis's book
do
to an extent, or
do
even Will Smith's book.
do.
What do you think about that one? A little bit. I'm
Yeah.
trying. Yeah, I think Will Smith's book. I'm trying to remember everything that happened in that book. That was a good audiobook too.
No, I'm just
Very
scrolling now. I
animated.
can't figure out. Armed with Good Intentions by Wallow. That's a good one.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
what
that's
is
all I
this
can.
other book that I'm thinking of? We probably could say Stash too. We read that here on the pod.
Stash was a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
Um, Where is this book, Jesus? The Love You
Hmm.
Gave by Goldie Taylor. The Love You Save, excuse me.
The love you say.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a very good memoir. But I think it also covers the like theme of uh picking yourself back up and continuing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see what other books I think Viola Davis' book is another good one.
Okay.
Um,
What's the name of her
what's the
book
name of
again?
that? I'm gonna tell you.
Child, you know our two little brain cells be fighting against each other now.
Mm-hmm. Finding
Look and
Me.
see finding me and I'm holding the phone like
Mm-hmm.
an elder typing with my one finger.
I think I like some of these books, these memoirs, I just listen to them, so I don't necessarily buy
Have
them.
right. Right.
So like I don't, it's not like the only one that I have like outside of Trevor Noah's. Trevor Noah's is not necessarily one that I would recommend with his. It is an
Okay.
excellent book. I think his memoir is excellent. I don't even is it yeah, it's kind of like a memoir-ish type of situation.
Right.
But I wouldn't recommend it necessarily with that because it's more so talking about the apartheid and how
Right. There's more of a
defining
historical
that.
aspect to his
Hmm.
than just about his life.
How do you find the stuff on Libby that you've read before? Because I read a lot of stuff on here.
Oh, baby, the hell if I know.
Oh yeah, you don't even got Libby. Well, you do. No, you don't. Do
Not
you?
anymore. I have to go
Oh,
like figure out why my library card won't connect anymore.
okay.
But then I can't find my
Um,
library card, so I'm gonna have to pay for another one. But then
uh,
also the library here sucks.
damn.
So
I don't want to know my old loans. I mean, my oldest loans that I currently have. Whatever. We gave you some book recommendations.
we did.
Go
We
with
gave y'all a
those.
decent amount of book recommendations. Let's get into, do you want to just announce the first 3 months of books that we're reading? Because I think we have
Yeah, might as well. Go
first
for it.
3 months. Mine as well. Let's see. I
Might
have
as
to,
well.
we got all of these different notes because that's
We
important.
gotta combine some stuff together, probably.
No, I think we're okay. Because I think
Okay.
the one note that we have is like we're okay. So for January, we are reading The Grand Paloma Estate by Clavis Natera, and she may or may not be a guest for January, which is cool. We're working on that. For February, both our book clubs and the podcast will be reading There Is Confusion by Jesse Redmond Fawcett. This is a callback to when both our book clubs read Harlem Rhapsody, and
Mm-hmm.
it is Black History Month. We try to always do something a little different for Black History Month. And then for the month of March, we are reading Salt Eaters. March is um Women's History
Women's
Month, so
history.
this is by Toni K. Bambara. This is our both of our first Toni K. Bambara, correct?
Yeah,
So
I have
I'm
her on my
very
shelf.
very same.
Mm-hmm.
She's
She's
back here
somewhere.
somewhere. Mhm.
Which one? I don't know which one I got, but she's there.
I always go to pull. I always say Tony Cave and Bar, and then I go to pull Pauline Hopkins off my bookshelf.
Mm.
Um, instead, but I need to read this.
I was just looking her up the other day to see like what books would be good if I was to do it for a book club read, actually.
Yeah, let me. This is why I don't look at my bookshelves. Everybody always be like, "We want a tour of your bookshelves." No, you don't. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But yeah, that's what we will be reading for quarter one.
Hmm.
Um, we also have a bunch of guests lined up. I think y'all are really gonna enjoy that. And it's been a good year. It's been a very good
Yeah.
year. It's first year of our podcast. I can't believe we've been doing this for a year.
First
Um,
full year, yeah.
with how crazy everything has been for the both of us and
Yeah.
this world and all of that. I
Hoping
think
for
we
a good
gotta,
2026.
yeah. I see us on panels and doing events in the
Yeah.
2026. So
Yeah. Speak it.
yeah, speaking that into existence for us. But we hope you have a happy holiday with your
Mm-hmm.
families. I hope you get a lot of books um over this time period.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you in the 2026. You got anything else you want to say, friend?
Happy holidays. Follow us. Get us to 100 subscribers on YouTube and
Yeah.
1,000 on Instagram and Threads too. Follow us on Threads if you over there. If you haven't banished Threads from your ecosystem of social media, follow us over there too.
I really feel like Threads is better than Blue Sky.
It surely is.
And like all of my friend group is mostly on Blue Sky. And I'll be like, baby, I just be
Oh,
forgetting that app is on my phone.
they're over there?
Yeah.
Wow, I
My
didn't know
mama
people were
is over there. I
still.
got like 3,000 followers over there. I want to say like book people. Like there's a community over there. I just forget to use it.
I always forget to use it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I just be forgetting. But yeah, y'all have happy holidays. You can catch us in the Discord, either mine or hers,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, Threads, YouTube. And yeah, we'll see you in the 2026. Bye, friend.
Bye.
That's so ugly that we did that at the same time. Goodbye.
Bye.